Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race. Exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is? This is your boy, Brand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter into the Digital Dragon Part 2. Now you know how I feel about China and emerging markets. Big things is popping. But the question is, are your bags packed? As you can see already, the emerging markets are starting to take off. If you look at Zilliqa is Singapore based, connected and tied to all of Asia. Talk about the BSN. We talk about the infrastructure. We talk about one of the most dominated blockchains in all of cryptocurrency, and it's called Vechain. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive in. And we see here, China reinforces blockchain connection with BRI countries. Recently, it is declared that China is forging relations with Belt and Road Initiative, countries to develop blockchain-based financial infrastructure at the next level. The Belt and Road Development Plan is under the President of China, Xi Jinping. In a few years, China has become the leading player across the world in the blockchain. The government of China has converted some of the initiatives into action after the recent endorsement of blockchain development by President Xi. China has considered two important areas, i.e. blockchain and cryptocurrencies, to boost the influence of global tech. China is looking for blockchain opportunities in its Belt and Road Initiative. China is offering technical support to the BRI countries that are very important in production of the digital Silk Road. Big things popping. Many countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Indonesia with Huawei agreed and signed the agreement on blockchain and digital economy at the Hainan Free Trade Port International Cooperation Forum. This cooperation aims to make things better between China and the BRI countries. According to the new memorandum, Huawei and the BRI countries will cooperate in developing a blockchain-based financial infrastructure. The International Cooperation Forum of Blockchain and Digital Finance was also declared in the event. Chinese companies like Huawei and China, Shongqi, technology investment, along with the BRI countries like Kazakhstan, Bahrain, Singapore, Gibraltar, Indonesia, and Tajikistan together built an innovative resource sharing platform to boost blockchain technology across the globe. Damn, I ain't never heard of those countries before, but it's all good. In 2017, Huawei was forced out of China due to a ban on exchange services, but currently it is working with the government of China in promoting the blockchain industry. And we know who also is partnered with Huawei. Your boy Justin's son. And his sister might be over there at Huawei if I'm not mistaken. China is continuously putting efforts into building national initiatives and infrastructure for the acceptance of blockchain tech, which includes the Blockchain Service Network, BSN. Hainan is the first blockchain pilot zone in China. It has developed the blockchain technology in various sectors like healthcare, housing, trade, tourism, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, until now, Digital Silk Road has been less top-down effort. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the right one. China's blockchain service network on the rise despite the split. China's blockchain service network, BSN, the government's ambitious state-backed blockchain infrastructure project, has continued to show substantial growth despite significant internal friction between private and state contributors. First announced in late 2019, the BSN is intended to lay a foundation for future growth in new internet technologies in China, such as the potential development of smart cities and a wide array of new enterprises in the digital economy. The genesis of this project is based firmly within the Chinese government itself, although the engine behind the project has mostly consisted of a variety of private companies that the state organized under this single banner. Across emerging markets as well as Asian and European developed economies, Beijing will invest resources to help its domestic tech giants pursue commercial business opportunities and be involved at all levels of the digital infrastructure built along the DSR, fiber optic and mobile equipment infrastructure, telecommunications, carrier services, and over-the-top providers of application services. Businesses will increasingly fall in line with this policy objective, particularly because Xi Jinping's focus on technology self-reliance and R&D in key sectors neatly aligns with such DSR projects. Yet, despite these developments, DSR will remain a franchise effort with individual businesses continuing as the main drivers of the initiative. Using the DSR label to gain policy support, such as loans to subsidies, to pursue overseas commercial expansion. Nevertheless, Beijing is poised to dramatically increase. Yes, dramatically increasing the multiple coming years forward. Now, let's go here. Now, large-scale traditional BRI infrastructure projects until recently received much more attention than the DSR, but in the future, top Chinese leaders will be keen to leverage distinct advantages that the country's tech firms have relative to international competitors, particularly in areas such as next-generation infrastructure, including fifth-generation mobile and cloud services. Hence, while assessing what the DSR actually constitutes, has been challenging. The general outlines of how Beijing will view the DSR strategy in the year ahead is coming into sharper focus. Now, against this rhetorical backdrop, some analysts treat the DSR as a tightly orchestrated top-down plan. The reality is more nuanced. Beijing wants Chinese companies to participate in building many more pieces of financial information and telecommunications networks globally, with the goal of increasing China's overall capacity to participate in international technology standard settings and governance norms bodies. But both before and after the DSR was launched, normal global business expansion by Chinese e-commerce, smart infrastructure, and social media companies has coincided with overseas projects heavily supported by Beijing, making matters more complicated from the perspective of Chinese tech executives. Branding international activities as part of the DSR, even in the absence of state support, has become a must-do akin to embracing political correctness. Now, the main BSN founding consortia partners are the State Information Center, China's top-level government policy and strategy think tank affiliated with the National Development and Reform Commission, China Mobile, China's largest national telecom with over 900 million subscribers, China UnionPay, the world's top payment and settlement provider with 8 billion issued credit cards, and Red Date Technologies, the main blockchain architect for the BSN. Ooh, if this ain't bullish news, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you. The DSR is the digital Silk Road, ladies and gentlemen. And more than likely, your country has partnered along with it. We're about to break it down right here. Now, the digital Silk Road, DSR, was introduced in 2015 by an official Chinese government white paper as a component of Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. For years, it has been less an identifiable set of projects as much as it was a brand for virtually any telecommunications or data-related business operations or product sales by China-based tech firms in Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, or the Caribbean, home to the 100-plus BRI countries. Since the DSR was announced, self-proclaimed DSR projects have enjoyed substantial support from the state entities as part of the BRI, which is a top policy. Both financial support and its leadership role over the DSR initiative in the coming year, creating a complex operating environment for DSR-aligned companies. Now, the Digital Silk Road is running up against regulatory frameworks and pandemic backlash. Indeed, growing domestic pressure on DSR-branded China tech companies to align with the explicit state policy objectives will create political pressures abroad that are bad for business. Throughout the early 2000s, well before DSR entered the lexicon, Huawei and rival ZTE and their subsidiaries were building telecommunications infrastructure, laying fiber optic cables, erecting data centers, and constructing and integrating mobile networks for carriers around the world, with little fanfare and much success. Now, this week, China will officially launch a major new blockchain initiative called the Blockchain Service Network. Now, this has already happened, ladies and gentlemen. This was back in 2019, but this is just further showing you why you need to pay close attention to this BSN. Now, the BSN is a critical part of China's national blockchain strategy that was announced by President Xi in late November 2019. Now, you already know that they already have 100 plus companies on the Digital Silk Road. And the BSN is used as the infrastructure for the blockchain tech of China. Oh boy, if this don't get bullish. Now, on July 21st, 2020, however, internal contradictions in this development model began to show themselves. The group first announced the integration of several major public blockchain projects under the BSN's existing umbrella, including massive new partners like Ethereum, Tezos, Neo, and others. Naturally, the inclusion of these groups' new resources would be a massive boom to the project's ability to get off the ground. Boom! Now, another misinterpretation of the DSR is that it is a master plan by Beijing to deploy its techno-authoritarian model to countries along the BRI. Certainly, Chinese companies export facial recognition technology and privacy-invasive cyber infrastructure that is used in emerging market countries. Yet, deployment of these technologies in emerging markets is very much a demand-driven phenomenon. DSR relates to these trends in that Beijing is seeking paywall to align global technology standards developed by bodies such as the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, with proprietary technologies used by Chinese suppliers, an effort that is easier if countries are already using made in China technology. This would give Chinese firms an advantage over competitors also working to meet this demand. Now, while the BSN itself is a permission chain forked from Hyperledger Fabric, which also utilizes the Stellar protocol, it will allow interoperability with public chains and other decentralized platforms, which will be fully implemented by July 2020. The protocol at launch will already be interoperable with major blockchain platforms and frameworks such as Hyperledger Fabric, Ethereum, EOS, as well as the most relevant mainland-based blockchain protocols for enterprise, including WeBanks, Fiscal, BCOs, Financial Blockchain, Xijing Consortium, with members such as WeBank, Tencent, Huawei, and ZTE, and Baidao's the Superchain. Now, exclusive, China BSN and IrisNet are building an internet of blockchains. Ooh, IrisNet, I'm so bullish on. If you don't know, now you know, but my Patreon group should know. Boom! Now, until now, Digital Silk Road has been less top-down effort. Official statements and documents could lead one to believe that rooms of cadres are organizing the international expansion decision of Chinese tech conglomerates. So yes, the official statements and documents could lead one to believe that rooms of cadres are organizing the international expansion decision of Chinese tech conglomerates during the state-sponsored Belt and Road Forum last April, which included a sub-forum on the DSR that attracted major attention. Official media claimed that the DSR not only promotes the development of the digital service sector, such as cross-border, e-commerce, smart cities, telemedicine, and internet finance, but also accelerates technological progress, including computing, big data, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and quantum computing. This sweeping statement implies that all things technology related were being coordinated through a state sponsored DSR. China's national blockchain will change the world. This is in April 2020. Professor Michael Song is founder and chairman of Carbon Blue Innovations, a tech transfer platform for commercializing internationally sourced blockchain, fintech, and digital finance innovation in developing countries. He is also co-director. Now, OMFIF, China reaches for digital dominance. This is September 20. Blockchain plan should be wake-up call for the U.S. Now, BSN, comparable to Technological Belt and Road Initiative, will play a central role. Launched in April, the BSN is led by China Mobile, China UnionPay, Red Date Tech. We've already gone over this. We're just reiterating it. Now, the Development and Reform Commission, China Paramount Economic Planner. The BSN isn't a blockchain protocol. It is a centralized platform which developers can plug into. It will be a key infrastructure of infrastructures that enables the integration of cloud computing. Let me say that again. It is a centralized platform which developers can plug into. It will be a key infrastructure of infrastructures that enables the integration of cloud computing, 5G, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and big data with fintech and other services overlaid. Damn, that's bullish. Boom! It will form a critical part of China's national technology strategy and be the backbone infrastructure technology for interconnectivity, both globally and domestically via the digital Silk Road. Man, if that isn't bullish. Now, China simply can't implement all of that at scale with a mashup of decentralized systems at the moment, nor does it want to be given the attendant security issues related to sensitive government information and citizen privacy. Thus, a permissioned blockchain ecosystem becomes the key infrastructure of infrastructures that allows the vertical integration of cloud computing, 5G communications, industrial IoT, AI, and big data with fintech and other application level services overlaid on the stack. The BSN will be the backbone infrastructure tech for massive interconnectivity throughout the mainland, from city governments to companies and individuals alike. Wow. Now, the strategy is supported by local approaches such as the Beijing municipal government's plans to implement a blockchain-based programmable government. The capital is one of 11 Chinese cities to release official blockchain strategies since President Xi Jinping's speech in October 2019 publicly advocating blockchain adoption. Now, though China-controlled system may seem at odds with the idea of decentralization, Beijing has never shunned decentralized tech. The People's Bank of China Digital Currency Electronic Payment Project, known as DCEP, has been 6 years in the making. It is a key part of Beijing's plan to safeguard currency sovereignty from domestic tech giants, but also promote the renminbi internationally and shed its over-reliance on the dollar. Ooh, blockchain plans should be a wake-up call for the U.S. Now, while many countries are eager for an alternative to U.S. tech dominance, Beijing is taking a lead by launching a new set of global guidelines and formulating a national technology strategy. This is why I say China is at the helm, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not. Now, part of the strategy is to promote and accelerate advances in blockchain tech, enabling China to influence the development of global networks and standards. This year, Beijing will release China Standards 2035. This will set out plans for global blockchain standards in which China's burgeoning blockchain-based service network, comparable to Technological Belt and Road Initiative, will play a central role. Now, but Beijing's focus and influence is poised to grow. Although not a perfect analogy, the DSR today can be understood as a franchise business. Projects self-brand as part of the DSR to score political and perhaps financial support from Beijing. While the state is not too involved in day-to-day operations, although it can and does intervene to advance strategic objectives. Some projects are, however, highly state influence, akin to corporate-owned stores. The number of these will likely multiply in the year ahead. That's all right. I'll put my money in every one of them because I know where the money is, and it's in the emerging markets. Will China control the global internet via its digital Silk Road? Yes, of course it will. The infrastructure is being built on the China initiative. Now, the Digital Silk Road (DSR) was introduced in 2015 by an official government white paper. We know that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is just going to reiterate what we already know. I've already told you what China is and what it's doing, and why Vechain becomes the first 5-star rated blockchain service provider in the world, certified by the TUV. Now, Shanghai, this is December 23rd, 2020. Vechain, the world's first 5-rated blockchain service certificate. Their certification acknowledges the readiness and maturity of Vechain's blockchain tech, raising the profile and prestige of the network and certifying it as one of the preeminent frontrunners in the enterprise-level blockchain space. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just showing you why Vechain is being adopted all over the world. Many countries. Vechain. You guys can look this up and read it yourself, because I want to get here and show you this. Vechain United States patent. 2 hours ago. Application 20200387859. Vechain recently filed a patent to track and source items, methods, application, server, blockchain node, and media for logistics tracking and source tracing. Here it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the patent. You can look this up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just bullish for Vechain, bullish for whole China, and bullish for anybody who can see the future right before your eyes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and always investigate truth on your own terms.